What happens when you stop chasing her? It's a game-changing shift. At first, she might act like nothing's different. She'll pretend she doesn't notice, but internally, things are rapidly changing. She begins to question herself. Why isn't he reaching out? Did I do something wrong? Has he really lost interest? When you detach, it creates a subtle yet powerful shift in her mind, even if she won't admit it. Here's the thing. Most guys panic when a woman pulls back. They chase harder, beg for her attention, and over-apologize, hoping to win her back. But the truth is, the most powerful move you can make is to do the complete opposite. Pull back, take control of your own life, and stop worrying about what she's doing. That's when the tables turn. Suddenly, she's the one wondering what's going on, trying to figure out how to get your attention. In this video, I'm going to dive deep into what goes on in her mind when she realizes you're no longer chasing her, why it drives her wild, and how this shift puts you firmly back in the driver's seat of your relationship. Watch till the end, because once you understand this mindset shift, you'll be empowered and confident in every interaction from now on. 1. The hidden strength of detachment. Many men think that to win a woman's heart, they must constantly chase, prove their value, or beg for her attention. But the truth is, real power comes from the ability to walk away without hesitation. Detachment isn't just about putting physical distance between you two. It's about mentally and emotionally reclaiming your own power. It's about showing her, without saying a word, that you don't need her validation to feel complete. Either she sees your worth or she doesn't, and you're okay either way. Here's the thing. Women are incredibly sensitive to energy. The moment you detach, she feels it, even if she doesn't react immediately. At first, she may act like nothing's changed, but deep down, a shift is happening. When a man pulls back with confidence, it triggers something deep inside her mind. She starts feeling a sense of imbalance, like a puzzle piece is missing. For so long, she was used to having your attention, affection, and validation. Now that's gone, and suddenly, uncertainty creeps in. She starts wondering, why isn't he pursuing me? Did I do something wrong? Has he moved on? And that's where the power of detachment lies. It forces her to question her perception of you and creates an intense emotional shift. A woman's attraction skyrockets for the man who's willing to walk away, not because he's playing hard to get, but because he understands his own value. He won't beg for love. Instead, he'll let her come to him if she truly values what he brings to the table. This is the secret that shifts the power dynamic in your favor. Detachment isn't just a move, it's a mindset that shows her you're confident, self-assured, and completely in control. Second, her initial reaction, indifference or relief. Here's where most men go wrong. When you first pull away, it may seem like nothing changes. She might act completely indifferent, maybe even relieved. In her mind, she's telling herself things like, "Good, I needed space. I knew he'd eventually stop chasing. Now I have the upper hand." This is the moment most men make a crucial mistake. When they see her acting unbothered, they panic. They think, "Oh no, she's moving on. I need to reach out before I lose her for good." And so they break no contact. They send that message, comment on her posts, or start liking her pictures, hoping for some kind of reaction. Or worse, they start chasing again. When they do this, they fall right into her trap. They confirm everything she suspected. Their detachment wasn't real. It was a bluff. A man who understands his worth doesn't react. He sits with the silence. He doesn't chase, doesn't explain, and doesn't make a move. This is when the real change begins to take place in her mind. Initially, she may feel relief, like she's in control. But as the days pass, something unexpected starts happening. She begins to notice your absence. She checks her phone, waiting for your name to pop up. And when it doesn't, curiosity starts to take over. She wonders why you're no longer liking her posts. She checks if you're still watching her stories, but still nothing. That's when uncertainty starts creeping in. She realizes something is different, and that's when the power begins to shift back to you. 3. The fear of losing your attention sets in. At first, she may have convinced herself that you were simply giving her space. But as time passes, she begins to realize something deeper is happening. You're not just waiting around anymore, you've actually moved on. That's when the fear of loss sets in. Most women are accustomed to men always being there, waiting for them, continuously trying to earn their attention. But when she realizes you're no longer an option, her mind shifts into a completely different gear. She starts to replay every moment she spent with you. She overanalyzes old conversations, wondering if she made the wrong choices. She begins to question everything she took for granted, and that's where the emotional roller coaster begins to affect her. She might not reach out right away, but make no mistake, she's thinking about you far more than you realize. She checks her phone repeatedly, hoping to see your name light up the screen. She scrolls through old messages, trying to find the connection you once had. She starts to remember how much attention and validation you gave her, and that void begins to feel impossible to ignore. The certainty she once had about the relationship is now replaced with a growing sense of doubt and longing, and that's exactly when the power dynamic shifts in your favor. 4. The emotional roller coaster begins. By this point, she's on an emotional roller coaster. At first, it's frustration. Why hasn't he texted me yet? He's probably doing this on purpose. She starts thinking, he's waiting for me to make the first move. But then curiosity takes over. What's he doing? Has he found someone else? Is he really over me? And just when she thinks she has it figured out, insecurity begins to creep in. Was I not that important to him? Did he even care about me? The self-doubt and confusion hit her hard, and she wonders if she made a huge mistake. This is the turning point, the moment she starts questioning everything. Women often don't realize the value of what they have until it's no longer available. When they feel your absence in such a profound way, that's when they begin to see your true worth. It's not until they feel the void you left that they fully grasp how much you brought to the table, and that's when things begin to shift and the power dynamic starts to tilt in your favor. 5. The moment she reaches out. Every woman has a breaking point. It might take a few weeks, maybe even months, but eventually she'll feel the need to do something. She might send you a simple, "Hey, how have you been?" text, like an old photo of yours, or even message one of your friends to see what you're up to. But here's the truth. If she genuinely values you, she'll make a real effort to reconnect. If she's just testing the waters, she'll send half-hearted signals to see if she still has any hold over you. This is where most men slip up. They get too excited, respond too quickly, offer immediate validation, and undo all the progress they've made with a single message. A high-value man doesn't take the bait. He lets her sit with her emotions and doesn't rush to fix the situation. He doesn't let her waltz back into his life without showing she's serious. When she sees this, it hits her. You were never just an option. You were the prize all along. That's when the power dynamic shifts completely in your favor. 6. The shift in her mindset. At this stage, something inside her begins to change. At first, she believed you were just taking a step back temporarily. Maybe you were upset. Maybe you just needed some space. She never imagined you were actually pulling away for good. But now it clicks. She starts to sense something deeper. You're actually moving on, and that realization terrifies her. Here's the thing. Women are conditioned to expect men to chase. They're used to the comfort of knowing that no matter what, you'll always be there, ready to come back when they call. She probably assumed you'd eventually reach out, maybe a text, a like on one of her posts, or an attempt to reconnect in some way. But as the days pass, and then the weeks go by, and you're still silent, she starts to panic. Most men never make it to this point because they break their own silence too soon. They text first, check in, or ask how she's doing, thinking they need to make sure everything's okay. But the moment they do, they lose all their power. The man who truly understands detachment allows her to come to this realization on her own, and once she does, the questions start pouring in. Did I take him for granted? Did I push him too far? Has he finally given up on me? It's at this moment, when those thoughts start swirling in her mind, that the power dynamic shifts in your favor. You're no longer the man she could always rely on for validation. Now you're the one she needs to earn back. That shift in perspective is huge. It's the moment she realizes that losing you isn't just a possibility. It's a very real outcome. 7. The unexpected jealousy factor. At this point, her mind starts to spiral. She begins assuming the worst. Maybe he's seeing someone else. Is he texting another girl? He's definitely talking to someone new. Just like that, jealousy sets in. She starts checking her phone more than usual, hoping to see a message from you. She stalks your social media, looking for any clue, any hint that you might be moving on. She even reaches out to mutual friends, trying to gather information. The idea of you with someone else starts to gnaw at her, even if you're not actually talking to anyone new. Her mind will convince her that you are. Why? Because for the first time she has no idea what you're doing. She used to predict your every move. She knew you'd text her. She knew you'd always come back when things felt off. She knew you'd stay available and attentive. But now that certainty is gone, and that uncertainty is eating away at her. Nothing makes a woman desire a man more than the fear of losing him to someone else. This isn't about playing games or trying to make her jealous on purpose. It's about breaking the cycle where she knows you'll always be there, no matter what. And when that predictability is gone, she starts to see your value in a way she never did before. It's not even just about another woman. It's about the fact that you've become unpredictable, mysterious. You've taken away the safety net she always counted on, and now she's desperate to figure you out, to win you back, because for the first time, she realizes you're not guaranteed. That's when the real attraction starts to build. 8. The internal battle she faces. At this stage, she's caught in a tug-of-war between two powerful emotions, ego and regret. Part of her still clings to the belief that you'll reach out eventually. Her ego whispers, "He'll text me soon. He always does." But then there's the other side, the part of her feeling something much deeper, loss. She doesn't want to admit it, but the truth is, she's starting to miss you. She begins to replay the best moments you shared, the way you made her feel, the attention she used to have, and now it's all gone. The realization hits her hard. This is where her internal battle intensifies. She wants to reach out. She wants to talk to you. She wants to know if you still care. But she's paralyzed by fear. What if you ignore her? What if you've truly moved on? What if she was wrong about you all along? And the longer she hesitates, the more your position strengthens, because now the power has shifted. She's the one seeking validation. The more she waits, the more regret builds up. Maybe I shouldn't have let him go. Maybe I made a mistake. As she wrestles with this, the more she realizes that losing you was a bigger deal than she ever expected, and that, in turn, makes her want you even more. 9. The moment she cracks. At this point, she starts testing the waters. Maybe she likes one of your old posts, watches your stories without saying a word, or drops a subtle hint through a post that she knows will grab your attention. She doesn't want to seem desperate, so she plays it cool, hoping you'll bite without her having to make the first move. Here's where most men fall for it. They see these small signals and think it's an open invitation to jump back in, as if they've been waiting for her to make the first move. But the truth is, if she was genuinely interested in you, she wouldn't be sending these mixed signals. She wouldn't be testing the waters. She would be diving right in, making her intentions clear. So what should you do? Stay composed and detached. If she really wants to talk to you, she'll make her intentions clear. No games involved. The real test? She won't just send a casual "hey," she'll apologize, take responsibility for her actions, and ask to meet up in person. Anything less than that is just her playing games, and it's your move to show her you won't be part of that. 10. The key to keeping your power. When she finally reaches out, you face a decision. Do you respond right away as if nothing happened, or do you hold your ground and let her work to rebuild what she damaged? The first option puts you in a weaker position. It tells her that no matter what happens, she can always get you back when she decides she wants to. You become predictable, and your value in her eyes drops. But the second option, that's where you truly separate yourself from the crowd. You show her that your detachment wasn't a game or manipulation, it was real. You walked away because she didn't value you properly, and now she needs to prove she deserves another chance. If she wants to have a place in your life again, she has to earn it. Instead of rushing to fix things, make her prove her intentions. Don't ignore her completely, but don't give in too easily either. Respond with calm confidence and let her feel the power in your indifference. That's what makes her desire you even more. The fact that you're not desperate, not easily available, is what drives her to chase you, and ultimately, that's how you keep your power. 11. When she realizes you've changed. This is the moment she starts to see that something is different about you. You're no longer the guy she thought she had figured out. She assumed you'd keep waiting around, chasing her, still emotionally attached, but now she notices the shift. You're not checking in, not liking her posts, not reacting to any of the subtle hints she's been dropping. You seem completely unaffected, and that drives her wild. Deep down, she wanted you to care a little longer, to be the one still trying to win her over. She wanted to hold on to the idea that she had power over you. But now doubts start creeping in. She wonders, did he ever care about me as much as I thought? How is he moving on so quickly? Has he already replaced me? This realization hits harder than she expected, because now, instead of feeling like she's the one in control, she's left with all the unanswered questions. She's the one who's uncertain, and that's when the regret truly sets in. That's when she starts to feel the weight of what she might have lost, and it starts to gnaw at her. 12. The regret phase. At this stage, she starts to look back and rethink everything. She replays the moments you shared, appreciating the little things you did for her, the small gestures she once took for granted. She starts to miss how you made her feel, how much attention and validation she got from you. But here's the kicker. When she had you, she didn't truly value you. She took you for granted, assuming you'd always be there. But now that you're not, she can't stop thinking about you, and that's when she starts to entertain the thought of reaching out. She debates sending you that "hey" text, or asks herself if she should casually ask you a question. She types a message, then deletes it. Why? Because now she's the one unsure. She doesn't know if you'll still be there for her. She wonders if you even care anymore. And that uncertainty, the fact that she no longer has the control she wants, it's exactly what makes her desire you more. It's the fear of losing you that reignites the attraction she once overlooked. 13. When she tries to reconnect. If she reaches out, expect her to test the waters first. It won't be a full-blown confession or apology, not yet. Instead, it'll be something casual, a simple "hey," a random question, or a comment on something insignificant. Here's where most men make the mistake. They jump in too quickly. They respond immediately, acting like they've been waiting for this moment the whole time, and by doing so, they kill all the mystery and excitement. So what do you do instead? Take your time. Don't rush to reply. Keep your responses short and to the point. Don't show too much eagerness right away. If she really wants to reconnect, she'll make an effort to engage more. She'll send another message, start asking questions, and try to get your attention in a more meaningful way. If she's truly serious about wanting you back, she won't settle for a half-hearted message. She'll make it clear with a more direct approach. Only then will you know if she's genuinely invested in rebuilding what was lost. 14. When she tries to make you jealous. Here's another tactic she might try, making you jealous. She might post a picture with another guy, show off her social life, or act like she's living her best life without you. Why? Because deep down, she's testing to see if you'll react. She wants to know if you're still watching. She wants to see if she can stir up some kind of emotional response from you. And here's the trap most men fall into. They react. They start asking questions. They get insecure, thinking, what if she really moved on? They begin questioning everything. But here's the truth. If she really moved on, she wouldn't need to prove it. She wouldn't be putting herself on display for your attention. She wouldn't be trying to make you jealous. So what should you do? Ignore it. Act like you don't even notice. Keep doing your thing, living your life. When she realizes that her attempt to get a reaction from you didn't work, that's when the feeling of loss starts to sink in. If this video gave you valuable insights, make sure to like and subscribe for more. And if you're wondering what to do next, check out the video on your screen right now. It's exactly what you need to see. Click on it, and I'll see you there.